Steve, before we talk about the game this weekend, what do you remember about August the 18th, 2012, the first game at the New York Stadium against Burton?
Yeah, I remember it well. 3-0 victory, full house, fantastic excitement, early penalty, sent us on our way. So great memories, and they're not too distant if you've got a connection with this football club. So very proud of that day, and we're going to have to play as well on Saturday as we played that day to get the 3 points.
Does it feel like 12 years ago?
No, it doesn't feel like 12 years ago. I think when you're inside this football club, you live and breathe it, and when you go outside it, you're always part of you is still living it. So it doesn't feel like 12 years ago, but I think we all say that, there's two key dates in life: when you start and when you finish, and in between is a journey that goes all far too quickly.
When you sort of think back to those days, how far has this club come in that time, now that you've got the ability to sort of look at it now and look at it then?
Well, from when I joined the football club, we were playing at Don Valley, weren't we, for a few games. We're moving into the new stadium. It's come a huge way, a long way. I think it's if there's a frustration at this football club is we've not cemented the huge success we've had in League One of going back up to the Championship after we got the first one out of the way. And the huge frustration is we've not been able to sustain a period in the Championship, almost like you hear Championship clubs go to the Premier League and say years 2 and year 3 are the vital years. You have to stay up and then you have to sustain it, then you become one of them. So that would be the frustration, but it's come a long way from the bleak days of the Don Valley, and if we're all being quite frank about this, that's Tony Short and his family that have made that difference.
When you have a look at the games you've played this year, and you've had a chance to play Charlton, you've had a chance to play Huddersfield, how do you think you measure up to some of the other teams that are being called potential promotion contenders?
Well, we've not played the Real Madrid of League One. We'll play them on Saturday week, and we've not played the Harlem Globetrotters, which will turn up when Parky brings Wrexham here with the stars and the attrition that comes from that, from the ownership. But in all seriousness, we'll get a measurement after 12, 14 games. It's always the situation, whether you're League One Championship or below. It's 12, 14 games. You've got an idea because you've played a cross mix of teams. We've been really hot by the loss of key players at different times. Raggett and Rafferty especially, and players not being able to get through that pre-season programme to be 100% sharp and ready. So we feel as if we're getting there as a team, and the DNA is quickly becoming every day now, as opposed to sporadic. So, and sometimes that does take a lot of time with a new group, and this is a new group. And the one thing we get, Rob, is we'll never get credit for that. If you're a Wilder turning up at Sheffield United, he's just meant to be successful, isn't he? Chris has just got to deliver it, or it's not worked next time round. I'm the same when I come back to the New York Stadium. I knew the expectation that was placed on the football club and placed on me immediately when I walked into the door as a manager again. So from that point of view, it's we're getting there very quickly, but we need to keep that journey of moving forward in a quick manner up, because the standards at the top of this league are going to be quite awesome over the course of a season.
How do you handle that then? Because when you do come back as a manager who's won promotions at this football club, the expectation is, well, you're going to do it again. And then the other side of it is, you'll be desperate to have success here because it means quite a lot to you, this football club. So the pressure internally, the pressure from the outside, the expectation that comes with it, how as a manager do you deal with all that?
Well, I think I've discussed it. I've discussed it with some of Chris Wilder. We spent some time together, and we both said your highest expectation and your highest levels of standards come from within. The minute that you feel the burden of pressure more from outside is not right. You have to have a level where you understand where the standards of the team should be to get wins, to get points, to get enough points to compete at the level of the league you need to be competing. So I think it's self standards is what's important, and we say to our players, have your own standards, have your own measurements. If you want to be in the team, knock on my door if you feel as if you're playing at the top of your game. If we agree, there's got to be a good reason why you're not.
It's the last game, not just a goal from Kelly, is it? It's the overall performance, and I think you mentioned against Huddersfield that you felt that he was the best player on the pitch. So, how much of a plus is it to have him in your squad this year?
Well, he's touch and go for Saturday is the first thing. We obviously come off with that little groin strain back at the Valley last week at Charlton, but you know, Liam's one of those lads that took his time in getting settled in. He's been Coventry a long time, 8-9 seasons, huge success. And I think when you're at a football club 8 or 9 years, you have a way of working. That club is a way of working. They know what ticks your boxes, what don't tick your boxes. And as a new club, when you go there, the club finds time to or takes time to find those little boxes, and vice versa. And Liam is, in the last 2 or 3 games, has stood out head and shoulders for me. He looks like a really good Championship player playing in League One. And he's not around with us on Saturday, which we hope he is, but if he's not around, he'll be a miss. But it gives others an opportunity.
Have you got any other injury concerns for this game?
No, the two are fairly obvious to everyone, aren't they? As in Chris Tiwi's ankle knot, but again, we're hoping Chris gets out there. And Liam, but 2 players in the same area of the pitch. It was like when you were missing, someone said to me, when we were missing Raggett and Rafferty, we were missing 50% of the back four, just being champions in this league and deserved champions. So when you're missing, I like said, Kelly and Atiya, who were so inspirational in the performance against Huddersfield, then it would be a loss. But again, we give other good players the opportunity to step up and deliver performances. And the one thing I would know at this club, when there is a little bit of adversity, I'm talking about team, when there is a little bit of adversity with injuries or knocks or whatever it is, the supporters turn up and make a difference. And we'll need that on Saturday.
And what kind of opportunity is Saturday to stack another result off the back of Huddersfield and a draw at Charlton?
I think it's a dangerous opponent for us on Saturday. It's a real dangerous opponent. They recently drew at Mansfield 3-3, and Mansfield scored in added time as late as it gets. Harshly awarded penalty, but a penalty. So, and they should have won at Northampton in a 0-0 draw. They're expansive. They've got big investment into the team and the playing squad, new manager, new players, a whole new group, very much like ourselves, if you like. They'll have good periods of possession. They're possession-based team. It's built on those principles, led by the manager and I would assume the director of football. So it's a dangerous opponent, but it's also an opponent that gives us an opportunity to build on a brilliant day against Huddersfield. Not a brilliant day, but a good day at Charlton, in which, you know, we outplayed the opponents for periods and should have won the game. But we got an opportunity to set ourselves up, win a game, and that's the only thing in our thoughts. But a positive results on Saturday. Rotherham United against Real Birmingham, and a week on Saturday has got a great ring to it.
Got real competition in that area, centre half area now, haven't you?
Well, it's great. I mean, I think I said to you, I think you printed it, Paul. I think Jamie McCart's been the find of the summer. You know, I think we all accepted when he came in that I'm looking at 2 or 3 other managers' judgments that don't want to give him a minute on the pitch. And actually, when we watch these performances against us for Barnsley and leading up to Barnsley, and then he comes back in here and he asked for an opportunity, and I said I'd give him it, and he has to be the player that grabs it, and he's grabbed it. He's been a couple of games where he's not been quite there, but he's still been good. But I thought at Charlton last week he was just outstanding in periods of the game and in total control of most of the situations.
Do you feel a bit sorry for Zach Jones? I mean, obviously, completely wrong by you brought him in.
Well, I don't feel sorry for him. Zach's measurement should be to play better than Jimmy McCart, isn't it? Or better than one of the centre halves. And Zach had a couple of little knocks and little niggles that sort of took him away from our first thoughts of putting him in the team. And when he's got in, he's done well. He's had the odd sloppy pass, but they've probably come in periods of games when he's got a little bit tired late in games. But you know, if you sit from a strategic point of view, or in my office, you sit there and say, you know, we've got Raggerty, we've got Humphreys, we've got McCart, we've got Gills. People can then understand the competition to be in that central area, whether it's playing with a 2 at the back with a flat 4, or whether it's playing with a 3. We've got really good options.
It looks like
It's been a bit of a theme for the whole team, really, isn't it? I mean, you know, we've been getting into the positions, maybe not had as many goals as we probably should have done, but as you say, trust the sort of the process. The goals have started to arrive now, and you're still creating the chances.
Yeah, no, it's important to be creating those chances, and you always say if you're not creating those chances, that's when you probably worry. But we're creating those chances, and we have got off the mark as well. So it's just about building on that, building on the opportunities that we are creating. Trying to stop as many opportunities for the opposition, and then taking them.
The win against Huddersfield was, it was something that had been coming because of the performances, but to follow that up with another good result against a team who many have tipped to be up there, it's sort of building a bit of momentum, isn't it? The chance to do that against Burton on Saturday as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's good. We have 2 home games now, back to back, and we look forward to them, and we look to win them. It's as simple as that. And yeah, building on those performances and those points. So now it's like 4 points in the last 2. It's about building on that, going on mini runs, and getting as many points as possible.
As a team, do you enjoy playing at home at the ASL New York Stadium, do you think?
Yeah. Simply put, yeah. When we are playing well, when we're getting chances, creating chances, being attacking, you've seen it last Saturday, the Saturday before Charlton, how the team gets behind us, how the fans get behind us, and we have to thrive in that, I'll be honest. And it's like this weekend's another opportunity to be able to do that, play attacking football, getting shots at goal, putting the other team under pressure, and then yeah, it's about leaving with the result as well, so that at the end of the game we can have those moments like we did last time.
You've seen a few faces come and go during the summer. What do you make to the group that the Gaffers put together?
Yeah, it's a great group of boys, and I feel like in my time here, it's always been the case, and I feel like it's a group of boys as well that can get results and can achieve something this year as well. And so it's about that, just taking it game by game. And I feel like we've definitely turned a corner, and it's about building on that momentum and winning as many games as possible, as soon as possible, and then just taking that form into every game that we go into.
And the manager himself, as we were discussing earlier on in the interview, he's shown a lot of faith in you so far. I think he's picturing virtually every game so far. So how have you been getting on with him?
Yeah, good. It's just about repaying that faith, and every opportunity, but not only my best foot forward, but just ensuring that whatever position I'm playing, that I'm able to help the team, but we're able to get results from it as well, and I enjoy that. I've been enjoying being able to play, and then obviously the different positions have been like a learning curve for me as well, but also like I feel like I've thrived in it as well, and so it's just about building on that. And yeah, it's all I can do is repay the manager's faith.